First stage was to get the students interested in the topic of maps and countries, get them standing up, moving around, having a laugh, that sort of thing. So the maps were on the walls and I would call out a country name and they had to find it, and the first team to find the country won the game. Bulgaria! No, that's Algeria. Look. Bulgaria. No, that's Bolivia. No. Yes, Mexico. Greenland. Which is bigger, Greenland or Australia? Look at the map.
Greenland.
So these are the sizes of these countries on the map. This is Australia, maybe this way around, that's hard to see. And this is Greenland, hard to know the orientation. But you can see Greenland is significantly larger on the map we're looking at, on the map they know and they trust. Which one's bigger, Greenland or Australia? Greenland. Is it 2 times bigger, 3 times bigger?
I think 2, about 2 times.
Okay, who can catch? Edwin. Very good. Curtis. Which is bigger, Greenland or Australia? Let me have a look. Greenland, very good. Excellent. In reality, however, when you look at the globe, this is the accurate navigation device, of course. You look at Australia here, and you look at Greenland here, and you consider the relative size, then you can see very clearly that Australia is the size of my thumb, and that Greenland isn't even the size of my little finger. So you know that Australia is bigger than Greenland. Actually, something like 4 times bigger. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So you've got on this thing, Australia's bigger, and on this thing, Greenland's bigger. Anyone know why?
The map may be wrong.
Ah!
No.
So you think, so one of them, well, they can't be both correct.
Because the Earth is round, but the map is flat.
Very good, excellent. This orange, what shape is it?
Circle.
So if I think this is like the Earth, if I want to make a map like this, okay, well, let's see if I can do it. I'm just going to take that, okay? How about that? Magic, I think so. Now, what is this flat?
Well, no.
Okay, so how can I make it flat? What can I do? Bah, very good. So,
That's very good.
what happens? Is that a nice map?
No.
Why is it different? Which is better? Which is more accurate? And it's a difficult question for them to answer initially, because some of them think the map is more accurate. They see it every day. It's treated as a fact. It's true as far as they're concerned at school. But they also know that this is the correct shape for the Earth. So, what's true? And it's that which forms the basis of the lesson. So that's a ball, that's round, like this. Let's see what happens. We can make a flat thing. We can make a map. Yes, John?
But it will turn different.
It will turn different, exactly. This map, is it the same as the other one? No. Okay, let me just show you then. So, this is the map we know, and here's the one on the thing. Is this a nice map? Do you like this one?
Yes.
This one's a little bit different from this one.
Why?
Have a look, tell me. What's the difference? Curtis.
This is get longer.
This is longer. So this one's longer, and this one's fatter. So this map is fat Africa. This map,
It's
Long
long Africa.
One of them is wrong. Or maybe both are wrong.
Wow, very nice. Both of them are wrong. So what's the problem with this one? What's wrong with this one?
Or the place the shape has changed.
Amazing, very good. But what's the problem on this one?
The shape is still wrong, I guess.
The shape of Greenland is too big and Australia is too small.
I'm not a geography teacher. My knowledge is limited. But without stretching it or changing the shape of some of the countries, you can't take a sphere and open it up and make a single flat surface. There's an inherent distortion. And that's fine. It's just the way it is. And that's a nice thing to understand as well, because it's an understanding of shapes. It's, is that topography? It's understanding of topography. If that's not the right word, don't put in. Topography. And relative shapes and sizes. How many do you need, Mr. Biscuits? 5. There you go. 4,000. I can't. 4,000. I can't give you 4 million. Man, don't be greedy. Look at the questions here. Watch the program and then answer the questions. Okay?
So let's welcome my guests to the show. First up, it's a Flemish map maker from the 16th century, Mr. Mercator. Please also welcome a German historian from the 1970s, Mr. Peters. Take it away, Mr. Mercator. Hi, laddie. Hi, audience. Well, I drew my map in 1596 to help sailors explore the New World. It shows compass bearings as straight lines, which help the sailors to end up in the right place. See? All the sailors think my map is the business. Mr. Peters has got the shapes all wrong on his map. His countries look all stretched. Look at Africa. It's meant to look like this. But on Mr. Peters' map, Africa is all long and straight. Hang on a minute. The sizes are all wrong on your map. You make Africa look tiny, when in real life, it's enormous. Which of these maps do you think is the best? Idiot. Hold up your scorecards to vote for Mercator or Peters.
Okay, so I want you to think, which map do you like best? Which is the one you like best? All right, now, you can come to the board and vote. Which one do you like best? Thank you. Everybody come. One, Mr. Curtis man. Which one do you like best?
Yeah.
Very good, Arthur. Thank you very much.
1970. Yeah. I think this might be the size are wrong and the equators are wrong.
Yeah, just right sizes wrong and
Equators is wrong. Why is Peter's map fair?
because it shows the
same
country's
size.
real size.
Yeah.
Number 4 over here. When did Mercator make his map?
1596.
Very nice. The north is bigger than the south. Why did he do that?
Because
Very good. Because the rich countries up here, he makes them bigger because he thinks they're more important.
but if he makes the rich countries like bigger and it seems that they're more important, it's not fair to the small countries.
That's amazing. That's such a good answer.
Of the real, the Asia is more bigger than Africa. But now, Peter's map.
I think it's really important that we do focus on critical thinking questions from time to time. We ask questions which aren't obvious and perhaps challenge their existing ideas of the world. I think every element of education should have the potential to exploit critical thinking ideas and to promote critical thinking in our students, to help them look at the world and just see it through clear eyes and ask the questions which help them understand what's true and not just accept everything blindly that they hear.
We think that Peter's map is better than this one.
They know what this
Because his map showed Peter's one is the actual size.
as a format for a lesson. Yeah, I can use that every time. Together we discovered a question effectively. So we looked at something, we looked at a map. From that basic examination, finding countries, looking at it, laughing about it, a question emerged. Obviously it's a question I had before the lesson, but it emerged. As far as the class was concerned, this question emerged. Which is bigger, Greenland or Australia? And then the rest of the lesson is looking into that question, understanding the question, and maybe looking at some answers as well. The hook is the question, and if you've got that fascinating question, then as long as the question stays interesting, then you've got the attention of the learners. And I think so much of effective learning is about motivation, wanting to be there, wanting to listen, wanting to understand.